That's just my life. Cameras on me, yeah. Put the cameras on me, yeah. Put them on me, put the cameras on me, yeah. Put them on me, put the cameras on me, yeah. I'm coming clutch, no stick.
Hello, everybody. Live from a beautiful California day in Koreatown. It is the O-ZONE. I'm your host, Omar Miller. I'm here with my brother, Terry Miller, also known as the Icons with a Z. How you feeling today?
Trolling
Terry. Trolling Terry is here, folks, and he's here to talk with a very special guest, star of the screen and the silver screen. The O-ZONE's very first celebrity guest, ladies and gentlemen, is back. 3 years later, he's back. We're still rolling. This is a beautiful reunion here for Mr. Robbie Jones.
Hey.
We call that a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. How you feeling, Rob?
It feels great to be back in the O-ZONE.
So fly, you in the O-ZONE. Get your lights on, you put your clothes. Hey, I see.
How about the cameras on him? Yeah.
Shout out to the bank. So, Robbie's here to speak about a very special project that is out today.
Yes.
Today. It's called American Dreamer. It is playing in a limited engagement all around the country at an independent film theater near you, but it is also available in your house. You hear me, people? It's available in your house. And he's here on the O-ZONE to promote it. But he's also here to share his opinions about sports.
Absolutely.
Which we love.
Absolutely.
He's an aficionado.
He is. How you been?
I've been fantastic, man. Honestly, I've been busy, which is great, and just
Look
trying
great.
to get people. Thank you, man.
Yeah, Rob always
Thank
takes care of
you.
himself. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
that.
Man, you know, I got the Omar Miller skin regimen. You know what I mean? That I implemented.
No makeup.
That Youthy skin regimen.
You know, it's just been successful.
Now, listen, I have to share with my friends. For those of you who didn't know, Robbie and I became close. We competed fiercely against each other in the E-League for basketball for years.
Yes.
Until my knee gave out. And but in that time, we became very close, and we actually traveled the world together. We went to Italy together and played hoops against the troops on the USO tour. Had a blast.
Yes.
And
Who won that?
And well, it was a series of games. I think we went 3-2.
We did
2
all
and
right.
3. Yeah,
We did
we
all
did
right.
well. Actually, matter of fact, we went 3-1 when Rob was there. Rob's so busy, he had to bounce out and come back and do some work. And then when he left, the game wasn't right.
Hurt the team.
I mean, he didn't hurt the team on purpose.
Okay.
He does have to, we went out there on a volunteer basis.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I'm
what can
sorry.
you do?
I
Yeah.
apologize.
We had 2 games without him. It was a very difficult, there was a lot of load on my shoulders. Let's put it like that. It was rough. Shout out to Jesse Metcalf.
Shout out to Jesse and Hill Harper.
And Hill Harper.
Hey, okay. Joe Marini.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So we had a great time. But we got a lot to talk to you about today in the world of sports. And we're going to start off in the NFL. The saga of AB continues.
It will not stop.
Antonio Brown, the homie, he was in the pilot episode of Ballers, spent a little time with AB, and now we've been following and tracking this saga. It seems like he played a master chess move, which I didn't personally appreciate, by getting traded to the Raiders, only to diss the Raiders to ultimately end up with the New England Patriots, of which on Sunday he balled out. He completely balled out for them immediately. Him and Tom Brady had chemistry, and you can tell that there's room for improvement, but they got busy immediately.
Wow.
I mean, Johnny on the spot. They got crunk.
Wow.
Well, amidst the saga, he has been accused of rape.
What?
Yeah, there's some rape allegations that snuck up from his old trainer, and she claimed it happened on 3 separate occasions.
Are you kidding?
No. And the NFL is investigating it now. Also, some other allegations have popped up since then with a woman who claims she met Antonio at a charity event, and he purchased a piece of art from her. She's a painter, and then he commissioned her to come paint at the house a couple pieces. Well, apparently while she was painting at the house, Antonio came out of the bathroom allegedly with no clothes, and a rag across his junk.
Wow.
And was like, "Hey, so you still busy painting, or what?" That he wanted to know. That's what he didn't know, she was still there painting or not. And that's what she's saying. Now this is a he say she say,
right.
So we don't know.
Alleged.
But these are all the allegations.
Alleged nudity.
Okay,
all right.
And now that's just catching you up to speed.
Okay.
I know that you're a husband, you're a father,
yes.
you're a world renowned actor. Okay. You don't have time to keep up with the gossip.
Stop it.
But That's just to catch you up to speed. But now,
Yes.
there's new allegations
Wait, more?
that say AB sent intimidating texts
Oh,
to the former trainer who is accusing him of rape.
oh no.
Now he's under investigation again by the NFL and probably on the verge of getting suspended, either by the Patriots or the league.
And he lost his deal with Nike.
Oh, yeah.
So finally,
that was before these
all of
text
this,
messages came
all
out,
of
though.
this stuff. Yeah, Nike up jumped the boogie and was like, "All right, this is just too far."
Yeah.
He lost his deal with Nike. I mean, he's got a guaranteed $10 million coming from the Patriots. So I don't think AB's going to be asking anybody for a loan anytime soon. But
you know what? I wonder if that contract is still valid, if it's detrimental or,
they have
if you're a
the
contact
NFL
clause, right?
Yeah, but some of it is a signing bonus, so I'm not sure. The NFL is notorious for having a contract an out in their contract.
Right.
They're notorious for finding ways to not have to pay
Anybody.
except for the owners and
Right.
Roger Goodell.
Right.
And it's just kind of incredible to continue to watch this saga unfold because on the field, there's no question what Antonio Brown brings to the game.
Right.
It's
Crazy athlete.
I mean,
He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
has been the top 3, if not the best receiver in football for the past 5 years, 4 years. He doesn't really get hurt.
Right.
He catches the ball. He got yak for you. He has separation speed.
Right.
He's got it all. But he's running into some problems off the field, and I wonder if things have snowballed and gotten out of control now.
Wow.
Or, it seemed like some of this seemed like it was orchestrated.
Right.
And now I know that oftentimes those things go from orchestration to out of control.
No, I never bought into the orchestration of him going to the Raiders to actually get to the Patriots or any of that.
You didn't buy it?
No, I didn't buy that.
It seemed like he was sincere when I was watching the
Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
But
it
what
seemed
if
like he was all in?
This
He
is
was all
Emmy
in.
weekend.
It is.
Hey, he could just.
I
be
don't
a
think
great
that he's a
actor.
great actor.
I don't know about his chops though.
I mean,
he had
yeah.
some serious.
How was he on
chops.
Ballers?
Solid.
He was solid.
I have to say.
Was he?
He only had 1 or 2 lines, but they were convincing.
Really, man. But the feet though.
He committed. He's a method.
Come on, man.
There's a method performance. Cryo feet. Jarls Barkley.
They look terrible.
He had plantation feet.
He did.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
mean, a runaway plantation feet.
right.
They look terrible. They look terrible.
Too soon.
Not the Kente feet. Not the Kente.
He got him. I got to break
Before they
free.
cut it off.
Give us free.
Give us free.
Live look at it.
You got it.
Them cryo feet. Man, I'd never seen that. That was a real Stories of the Highway Patrol
Man.
via cryo. I've done the cryo. I enjoy it.
He must have had moisture on his feet in order for
they
that to
make
happen.
Sure,
Yeah,
that you ain't wet.
that you rub down.
Yeah, they want you to be dry rub
Right.
when you get in there. Have you done it?
I've done it. And
Yeah,
it's-
it feels incredible on your joints.
It's terrifying though. For about 30 to 40 seconds, you feel like I got to get out of here because I'm gonna die because it's so cold.
Did you do the full immersion?
I did the full body, like you walk inside like a room.
Yeah, me
and
too.
they close
That's the one
door,
that I did.
and it's negative 212 in there.
212.
In the first 15 seconds, you're like, okay, I could do this. And then the next 35, 45 seconds, you're like,
This is serious business.
I can't
this
do this.
isn't natural. This is not natural.
What are people saying on the live stream, Rob? You got action.
Man,
you got action Jackson on your thing. I see this is a lot of live love.
Man, they saying somebody said they're in France.
You see, hello.
Raven,
Et ça va?
Hello from France. People are
Bonjour,
waving.
France.
Oui, sacré bleu.
It's a little sacré bleu.
Sacré bleu.
So I got another announcement for you guys, which is CBS dropped a gem.
What happened?
The Unicorn is available for live streaming right now.
Really?
The Unicorn pilot is available today.
Wow.
On the
That's
CBS
big.
app. Yeah, for free, ad free, just to give them a little taste.
So it hasn't even hit the
Hasn't even hit the airwaves yet.
and they going.
But they blessing people with a live stream if you want to drop him. CBS.
That's
Go to
amazing.
CBS.com.
That is, right?
You can watch the Unicorn.
So they leaking the
New project.
unicorn.
They leaked it.
How they
Might
gonna
as
leak
well.
the
You know what I think
unicorn?
what happened? I think somebody got it in the barber shop.
Right.
And CBS was just like, just
Let's
drop
beat
it.
him. Let's beat him.
We gotta beat. So
him.
I got
Beat him
these
to the market.
unicorns. 2 for $5. Okay.
Season 1 and 2. Wait a minute.
Right. You know my man from Ballers is on here now. Okay.
You know you need that.
You need that. Now I got the unicorns.
All right, man, just give me 6.
He was like, let me cut these brothers off and go ahead and put it out officially.
Get this out. Yeah, so that's out. But staying with this theme, I mean, what is going to happen with the saga of AB? We have a caller, a longtime contributor, who wants to know exactly that.
Hello.
Trucker Dave, live on the O-ZONE. How you been?
Pretty good, fellas. What's going on?
You got it.
You tell us. We're here. We're talking sports. We're talking life. We actually have a renowned actor. Robbie Jones is in, our very first celebrity guest on the O-ZONE. I do believe you were our very first caller back in 2016, and now our very first celebrity host is here. This is a full-blown reunion.
Wow. Going at it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, yep. Trucker Dave, you tell me. Now, we see Antonio Brown. We're having an in-studio debate. Was the whole thing orchestrated from last year for him to get to your New England Patriots, or do you think that it was happenstance and now things may have been have gone snowballed out of control on Antonio Brown? Give me your take.
I just think things have snowballed out of control. I don't think that he orchestrated this whole fiasco right now, but I think it's just gone out of control, and he saw the opportunity, and I just don't understand why New England would. Everybody's on board with it. I just don't understand why you need him.
I mean, you guys have a monster squad. Honestly, I would say this is the best New England squad that I've seen
offensively,
in offensively and defense as a team. This is the best team that I've seen the New England had in a long time. So. The only thing that they're missing is that crazy presence of the tight end. No, Gronk or the killer or Aaron the Killer, Aaron Hernandez. This is you guys are killer. You guys are missing that killer instinct. Oh, it's too soon.
But you're not even really missing that.
Yeah. And so you don't feel like he's necessary. You feel like the core of Josh Gordon, Edelman, these guys, Hogan, all these guys. Is Hogan still out there?
Philip
Dorsett is over there now. And your running back Sony Michel is out there. Is good enough.
Got Burkhead.
Yeah, I think it's good enough. I mean, you didn't even mention Jacoby Myers, who's the one that's got railroaded. This kid, man, in the preseason he balled out. He's an undrafted rookie, and he made the team. And then you got the other guy, N'Keal Harry, who's on IR until week 8. So I'm just like, why do you need him? Why do you need Antonio Brown? And they got the baggage that came with it.
Yeah, I think that Bill Belichick falls in love with players like that. You know, he gets enamored with him like he was with Ed Reed. So Ed Reed could play with him right now. And Ed Reed's an old man, but he probably would sign him because he was in love with Ed Reed. He just loves players, certain players, and then he just has to have them. It's almost like a Christmas present for him. Because he really...
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I'm just saying that he really doesn't need them. He just wants them.
Yeah, it's just like, and I just was reading something a little while ago that was saying that is it okay for New England to trade for Jalen Ramsey? It's like, come on, man. You guys got Patrick Gilmore, got Jonathan Jones, you got all of the players, man. You got J.C. Jackson. I mean, they're stacked on defense. This is the best defense that I think they've ever had. The linebackers all the way across. There's no weakness. They have a top 5 defense right now. They've only given up 3 points.
Right. And if you look at it, to me, you could actually make a case that this is where the cross-reference of sports with these super teams are coming into play.
You think?
Yeah. And I think it's going too far. But I will say this. LeBron James and Tom Brady have won. These are 2 superstars who's won without them. This is like the first year that they're really getting rewarded for not having them. You really look at both of them.
Well, LeBron had one stacked team. That was with Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade. So he had a nice team right there. But I understand what you're saying. But the Patriots, I mean, it's overkill. You don't need Antonio Brown. And now he's bringing all the problems with him.
Yeah, it's complete overkill. I mean, I know somebody's going to get hurt on the receiving core, and you need the backups and everything else. But what do you need Antonio Brown for? You just don't need him.
And
I just don't see it.
To me, I think it has less to do with need. All of this stuff always has less to do with need, and it seems to have more to do. Sorry about that. It has more to do with the stack. They're stacking guys, man. They stack guys. Just like you said, okay, maybe a guy gets hurt. Maybe he falls in love with the guy. I think that the bigger issue is everybody wants it to be as easy as possible to win. Right. And this is a problem with sports.
I don't get that from Bill Belichick.
I don't get that from Bill Belichick normally. But I agree with Trucker Dave. Why do you need him? Why do you need Jalen Ramsey? We've already covered in the last podcast, we covered that 70 to 80% of the league is garbage.
Yes.
Trash.
85.
Maybe, and that, I'm being generous, maybe 85% of the league.
And
You
just
got
the
about
rich get
6
richer.
good teams in the league.
And now everybody wants
Yeah.
to go to those teams because they win all the time, but they're supposed to win all the time because they have all the talent.
Exactly.
Yeah. But New England hasn't had all of the talent, but they do now. But, you know what, I'm kind of disappointed in Andy Reid because this is the time for you to step up. If you don't step up and get Antonio Brown, which would have been awesome, but they said the locker room was great, you got to step up and offer your number one. They want 2 number ones for Jalen Ramsey. But I just heard that
I got to get Jalen Ramsey
owner-
if I'm Andy Reid. I have to get
you
Jalen
got
Ramsey.
to get – what are you doing, man?
Ramsey is the best corner in football.
And they
He
need
is
help.
the best corner in
Kansas
football.
City.
Yeah, and their defense is always suspect.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting back. From what I've read, he doesn't want to disturb his locker room.
With Jalen
So
Ramsey?
what are you doing, man?
And Jalen Ramsey is showing you that he's just a winner. Jalen Ramsey is showing you he's saying, hey man, I want to get out there and I want to win, and this is not doing that.
Exactly.
I'm not doing that in Jacksonville.
He wants to play man on man. He doesn't want to play zone.
Making him play zone. He's just like
Look at
Marcus Peters was.
Look at the way look at the way this guy covers Tyreek Hill. He's the reason why Tyreek Hill got hurt in week 1. And last year when he played, he beat him up.
He sure did.
So,
And he knows it.
And he knows.
And everybody in the league knows.
Everybody knows. How about Jacksonville not actually showing up and not packing it in? Because if they go 0-3, the season is done.
Henshaw's not a bad quarterback when you watch him play.
No, he makes the plays.
No,
and I like
pretty
his
good.
I like his aggression and his confidence.
And what I also like about him is he spreads the ball around. You know, a lot of quarterbacks get stuck on stupid and they want to give somebody 15 targets a game. That's
Yeah.
too many targets for
Yeah.
one receiver.
Right.
hey, you never know. You never know which team is sitting on the next Patrick Mahomes. Meaning
Yeah.
that this guy's already on the roster. He just doesn't have a name, but he hasn't. The superstar hasn't got hurt, and he has his time to shine.
I was just telling somebody else about that because mostly all the number one quarterbacks that you have in the league came about because another quarterback got hurt. You know?
Right.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady,
Steve
Brett
Young.
Favre, Steve Young.
Yep.
You can just keep on
Aaron
going.
Rodgers.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, all of them.
Yeah, you need a shot.
Yeah.
And those guys are ready.
Man, it's got
The
shot.
young guys are ready.
Yeah.
But now they just recycle these has-been quarterbacks and keep bringing them back, and it's trash. And then you got a bad product when you go to the backup. Usually the third-string quarterback is better than the second-string quarterback.
Now, I saw an interesting.
Well, what is all of that? Go ahead.
I saw an interesting question posed to stay along with the Jalen Ramsey thing. Is the Miami Dolphins are dealing with a situation where nobody wants to be there. I mean, how bad is the organization if nobody wants to be in Miami? Can you imagine?
That's
Is
terrible.
that true that those guys all ask for trades?
Come on, man.
So many guys ask for trades.
I
after
think that
one
a
game?
good college team would give them a run for their money, and that's terrible to say for an NFL team. I think they could beat the Dolphins. I'm serious.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but
Come on,
but
T.
but I do
serious.
feel like
saying a lot now.
but I do. T loves to be. He's excessive Terry. This is where he goes. He's exaggerating Terry.
E.T. phone home.
E.T. phone home.
Excessive Terry.
Hey, Robbie Jones, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, not only that, the Dolphins have scored 10 points in the last 2 games. Or whatever.
Yeah, but my point is, so what do people do now? You know, what if guys say no, it becomes a version of a work stoppage or a strike to a certain degree. And what do they do?
Well, that's on you. You go out there and get hurt. You can't go out in football and not play. You go out there and play halfway, you get smashed. That's how it goes in football, right?
Yeah, if you don't play,
You want to go
committed
50%?
football,
The other team's not going 50%.
call the ambulance.
Call the ambulance, man.
Call the ambulance, basically.
Real talk.
But look
Open the PRA.
look at where Miami is now, though. They have 3 number 1 draft picks for next year. The thing is not to just get draft picks, but to use them and use them the correct way, and then build your team like that. If you learn anything from Andrew Luck retiring, is what? If you saw all of these quarterbacks that are getting hurt, you have to draft a good offensive lineman. You have to.
It's mandatory.
It's a must.
Man, it's a must. It's a
man.
must. There's a reason that they're the second highest paid guys on the field.
Right.
Because it is pointless to have a great quarterback and no line unless that great quarterback is Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Because he's the only person, it seems like, who can play without an offensive line. Only
and-
quarterback.
But how much shorter if they're going to make his career?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, they're going to shorten his career. That's exactly it. It's only so long you're going to.
That's where Cam is.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and I'm going to say something else. Have you seen pictures of Cam Newton lately, Rob?
Doing something different.
It's the vegan diet.
He's doing something different.
Doing something different.
I don't think he's doing something different I don't think that affects his clothing.
Doing
but
something different.
he is doing something different.
Come on, man.
With that food, and that's what I was talking. I wasn't just talking about the his let's call it eccentric wardrobe.
Yeah,
I was having a conversation on set yesterday with the cameramen, one of whom is went. I do believe he went vegetarian, not vegan.
Okay.
And we were talking about how different Cam Newton, his physical makeup is now.
Right.
I met Cam Newton about 5 years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, when he was the best player in the league.
Right.
I don't know if I have ever met a better physical specimen than Cam Newton.
Wow. You look at Cam and
In any sport.
you're enamored.
In the world.
You're like, wow, this
Cam
dude is a
Newton
stud.
looked like a statue.
Wow.
And I gave him
Like that, huh?
Oh my goodness.
Dave. I gave him dap, and he brought me in for a hug. I was like, all right, it was like running into the wall.
Well, hey,
Everybody that knows me knows I am no small guy.
Right.
Cam Newton was, totally solid. This guy was in tremendous condition. Man. Not that he's not still in tremendous condition, but in football, I'm not sure if switching to the vegan diet, the vegetarian diet, is what you need in football in comparison to like in basketball when the guys are working for inflammation and X, Y, and Z. Right. Well, there's a lot less contact there because Cam Newton is a shell of himself.
Yeah.
Is he?
Oh, he hasn't run the ball or anything.
He doesn't look the same.
Yeah, but he hasn't even tried to run, though.
Line, man.
He hasn't tried to run.
Offensive line.
Yeah,
Gotta
but
get those. Look at Z. Look at how Dak wins all of the time. What does Dak Prescott have?
Nothing.
He has more time to throw because of the offensive line.
Right, which also helps out.
Yes.
He's being protected by the offensive line and Ezekiel Elliott, which then in turn has elevated him to be able to manage games in a way that makes him appear much better than he is. I think with the Dallas Cowboys, we're going to find out if they're real or not over the next 4 weeks.
Yeah, because this week is a bust down. I mean, they're playing the Dolphins.
Ooh,
yeah, those games shouldn't even count.
The 4 weeks after that. This is what I'm talking about.
It's a bye week. That's a bye week.
Yeah.
Basically a bye week.
It's basically a bye week.
This is a bye week.
It's terrible.
Yeah, you should only have to play a half. They should only have to play a half.
They should have a mercy rule. Yeah, they should have a mercy rule. I got 20 by half.
Like in the video games.
That Madden.
I got 21. I'm up 21. Get off the sticks, man.
Get off the sticks, man.
Get off the stick.
Next.
But they do have a live club at the stadium in Miami, so it could still be live.
Cracking.
Yeah, Dak and Zeke might run up there at halftime. There's too many garbage teams.
They're kicking it during the game.
Garbage teams.
It's unacceptable, Trucker Dave. We invest our time, and if you're a fan of one of these garbage teams, you invest your time and your money into the organization, and they give you nothing.
This is what I'm saying about being loyal to a team. Why should you be loyal to a team when they're not going to be loyal to you as a fan? They want you to invest in the seats and in the tickets and all that kind of stuff. But what do they give you? Now, the Dolphins used to be an elite franchise. I mean, they, set all kinds of...
They were always there.
Yeah, they were always there. Right. And now they're not even... I'm serious. I don't think that they can...
You don't think they can beat Clemson?
I don't think they give him a run. Dabo. Dabo Sweeney, give him a run. Dabo might give him a problem.
They might not be able to beat Clemson.
This is ridiculous.
If they go 0-16, they may be able to draft that Clemson quarterback and everybody.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what you got to do, though.
Then there's that. Yeah.
But you got to put an offensive lineman in front of him, though. So you have to go high in the draft on the offensive lineman, then get your quarterback, because you're not going to find too many Russell Wilsons and Lamar Jacksons who can, just create for everybody and still win. So the offensive line is so important. Good coaching, good drafting, and good character guys is what really helps your team.
That locker room. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Trucker Dave, last thing we want to get to you before we know you got to get out and get rolling. Over-under on the Patriots season at 13 wins. How do you like it?
I like it about 14-2. I don't think 16-0.
Over. So you're going over 13. Wow.
I'm going over 13.
Yeah,
they should be able to go 14-2.
I mean, they play all the garbage teams.
In the division. It's not their fault.
Not that they can't beat good teams, but they play all these garbage teams.
I want to see what they're going to do against the Ravens. That's what I want to see.
Well, they have to play the Texans and they have to play Kansas City. And, I can't say – I just love Patrick Mahomes. Just watching him, it's just like – it's unbelievable.
How can you not like him?
The way this guy sees.
I think the Ravens are going to beat them, though. Kansas City, because Kansas City still doesn't have defense. It's a problem.
Yeah, they still don't. they really don't have any defense. Their offense is unbelievable. And look at what he's lost. And I was starting to think, like, I love New England, but is this a conspiracy? Because when Kareem Hunt, when Kansas City was just rolling through the league last year, all of a sudden they find this thing on Kareem Hunt. Now, that kind of depletes the team. Tyreek Hill gets hurt. This guy's still rolling, man. He's got 7 touchdowns, no interceptions. Him and Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
In two or three games.
And it kind of makes you feel like MAGA's involved. Because
Maxi Priest MAGA.
Yeah, because they're hanging out with Trump. Suspicious things happen. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, man.
Conspiracy.
It goes deep. Deep state, Rob. Deep state. That's what we do on the Ozone.
Go deep state.
10,000 leagues under the sea, boy.
Deep state.
Under the league.
Deep state. Oh, and ET.
Chuck and Dave, always a pleasure to have you. Which part of the wonderful country, the United States of America, are you on the road in now?
I'm in the lovely city of California.
The state of California. Oh, you can't beat it. Can't beat it.
Definitely every day.
All right, now, we'll catch, except for traffic. Avoid the streets between 3 and 9:30, and then again from 4 to 8. Right. And then if you could stay off the traffic from, this is what we're dealing with now.
Half hour.
You got a half-hour window to get wherever you're going.
All day.
There
Half
it
hour.
is.
And plus the president's there.
Oh, man, forget about it. That was a nightmare. So, Trucker Dave, thanks for the call. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Peace.
Peace.
Always a pleasure to talk with our constituents on the Ozone. Trucker Dave with the insight on New England and the league, and he agrees that the league is garbage. But fortunately for him, he roots for a good team. Want to shift our attention now to our special guest. Robbie, you're here. You're here to promote a project. I mean, I woke up the other day to my social media feed was buzzing from Oscar winner Russell Crowe showing you direct love for your performance in this film, American Dreamer. What did that feel like?
Brother, when I tell you it was mind-blowing, there really aren't really words to describe it, man. It's when somebody on that level of the game acknowledges your work, it's just like
A-list,
man. Like, thank you, like just humbling. I think
is he involved with the film, or was that just, he just saw the movie and felt compelled to speak out on
man.
that's awesome.
Yes, man.
Wow.
The director of our film directed him in a film just recently and showed him, sent him a screener. And
he called back and said, "Are you not entertained?"
he just really, really gravitated to the film and really was like, he just apparently had felt a real strong kind of way about my performance.
That's awesome.
And told the director, and the director told me, he was like, man, Russell Crowe called me in the middle of the night and wanted to talk for like a half an hour about Robbie Jones' performance. And
Wow.
And I was like, are you kidding me? He was like, man, it's so serious. He's a huge fan of yours now. And then he started tweeting, and I was like, oh my gosh.
I mean, he started rattling off tweets about how great the performance was, about how, we'll show you guys on the pop-up on the piece, about how great the performance was, about how he's going to be such a busy man after this film comes out. Just ranting and raving about the performance. And Russell Crowe, as we know, lays down the good work.
Yeah. It's amazing.
That's Javert.
I've been a huge fan. A huge fan.
Who's not a fan of Russell Crowe?
The Gladiator, man.
Yeah.
Did you see the work he just put down with the loudest voice in the room?
I did not. Oh man, when he played Roger Ailes,
oh my God,
he was fantastic. He was a pig.
He's a
man. He was.
man.
He was disgusting. He
But
made
his
me believe.
work, oh man,
No, that's what I mean. Not him.
Yeah,
I don't know him personally.
Yeah, no, I mean, one day hopefully I get a chance to meet him. But man,
Sounds like you're on your way.
Shout out to Russell Crowe, man. I appreciate you so much.
Well, let's play the trailer right now for everybody. It's going to be on audio, but you guys can go find the trailer for American Dreamer. The film is out right now.
Mike.
Hey, Cam, what's up?
I'm probably gonna need to borrow some money.
Are you Chloe?
I wouldn't be asking if I wasn't desperate.
How's it going?
Just try.
Where my money at, bro?
It's all there, I swear. You drive for me when I need you. End of the day, you get your 2 bills.
You can't miss your child support payments. You won't just lose visitation with your son, you will go to jail.
Is this the world we live in, where a father can't even see his own son?
Sir! Whoa! Ow! So what are you gonna do?
Daddy got something for you. Look at this. Look.
Look, Prince.
If you want to see your girlfriend again, 20 grand cash.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I promise I won't hurt you. Is everything okay?
Somebody took something from me.
Put the gun away. They're going to call the cops.
What's going on? Where is he? Everything's gonna be okay.
American Dreamer, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that's intense.
That was an intense trailer.
Wow.
That was an intense.
I'm all in.
I'm in. I might have to watch him today.
I might have to watch him right now. You guys go ahead.
Yeah, wow. Right? That was wow. So Jim Gaffigan, who's known primarily for comedy, correct?
Right.
Yeah. He's a comedian.
Stand-up comedian.
And
hugely successful.
And he's wildly successful.
Yeah.
Had his own show on Fox, was it, before?
Yeah, man. He's shoot, Forbes list.
Yeah, right?
With the comedy.
So talk to me. How did you get involved with the film?
The crazy part is it was sent to me, just like a regular script was sent. And as soon as I read it, I was like, oh, I got to talk to the director. Please get me on the phone with the director.
Really? Who's the director of the film?
This guy named Derek Bort. Fantastic director. He wrote him and Danny Forte combined. They wrote the script together.
Okay.
And I was like, who wrote this? This is a crazy story. Like, these roles are so meaty. And anyways, my team was like, yo, you have to tape. And I made a tape, and the director called me shortly after.
Was this while you were away?
No, I was here.
Okay.
And I made a tape and sent it off, and the director was like, hey, I love it, and, let's do this thing. And it was a much longer conversation than that.
Clearly.
Went out to Virginia and shot it in 16 days in Norfolk, Virginia. Like, all night, every night for like 16 days straight.
That hard work.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We put in some real strong man hours, and, hopefully we made something that's memorable and that came together and people really respond to it. Because there's a powerful message behind the film. It's not just this white knuckle thriller. There's a method and message behind the madness.
You can see it in the trailer, though.
Yeah.
That's what's awesome about it, because you can see the stories that I haven't seen, but embedded in that story. You know, and it's always awesome to have a great trailer like that.
Yeah,
man, that trailer is great.
So where can the people find the film?
The film is available right now. It's in theaters. It's in 10 markets, in the select theaters. I believe New York, L.A., Minnesota, Seattle, Detroit. I'm blanking. It's a few other places.
I'm going to look it up right now. I'm going to look it up right now.
And it's available online. You can get it on iTunes, and you can get it on demand. So it's a day and date type of thing.
Okay.
It just dropped everywhere
The new
today.
world.
Yep. It's a brand new way of releasing films, and we got a limited theater and iTunes and on demand today. So we have a screening here in LA tonight. And it's going to be a Q&A after with Jim Gaffigan and I and the director and the producer. So.
Where is that screening? So if our fans want to go tonight in the Los Angeles area, you're welcome to go and watch the film and speak to the stars and the director of the film.
Yes.
Where is that screening?
Is at 7:40 p.m. at the Lemley Monica Center in
Santa Monica.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's packed out already, and maybe there's a few extra tickets left, but I know they were talking
it's
about
tight.
this. Yeah, it's it might be sold out. That was the word I was catching. But hey,
line them up.
We're excited about people seeing it tonight, and then it's out everywhere today. So
man, that looks awesome.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm ready to go.
Thank you.
This is
it's a big different. It's a different role for me though.
Which is great. This is what I see.
Yeah, it's like here's me, and then that role is like way over there.
But this is the best when you get out of what people see you as.
Right.
And that's probably what made Russell Crowe go crazy is, when people have an image, I have to fight this all the time. Right now, I lean into it because it's financially lucrative.
Sure.
But as an artist, it's so fulfilling to do something that is out of what people have seen you do.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, and Terry and I talk about it all the time, the creatives in Hollywood that run things aren't necessarily so creative. And pretty much they can see what they've already seen. This is why they're so excited when they see something new or someone new. This is my opinion, at least.
And they're great at putting things in boxes.
They're great at that.
Yeah.
And this is why they're always so excited to get the theater guy from New York. This is why fumble. This is why they're so excited to get the cat in from London or from Australia, because he's new, he's different. The executives don't often give you a chance to do something different as an actor.
Very true.
And I think that you getting this chance to do something different is great, and it looks like you did something special with it.
Thank you, man. That was the first thing that attracted me to it, because I see this role and I'm like, oh, this would be so awesome to get a chance to do this, because this is so different from me. And if I could really get my teeth in this thing, I think, I could really play around with this thing and maybe make something cool happen.
Right. So, it helps you grow as a talent, right?
It helps you grow as a talent.
Yeah.
And so for those of you who are listening who didn't get to watch it, the gist of the trailer seems to be that there is an Uber driver or Lyft driver type who's driving around, who's having some money troubles, which is snowballing into some custody troubles, and he's under a lot of pressure. And one of his fares that he picks up seems to be a hustler of some sort, maybe someone with some ties to some illegal activity that offer him some money to drive, at which point he decides that he may need to kidnap that man's child to then in turn fix his financial problem.
Right.
What is your character's name?
My character's name is Maz, and basically Jim's character, Cam, he's been chauffeuring him around for a while on the side.
Okay.
He turns off the
meter
app.
Yep.
And, is responding to text messages, and he's shuttling him around. This is a real life thing. These guys are doing this. A lot of drug dealers are using these ride share things because they know the cops aren't going to pull them over. They put the weight in the trunk and they shuttle them around, and it's a real thing.
For those of you who don't know, the weight is the illicit illegal drug.
Yes.
Also known commonly in the hood as the weight.
But it's hood vernacular.
That is.
For drugs.
Sometimes we call it the dope. The dope.
Or the work.
If you don't know, the work needs its own space.
Right.
The work is very, very, very delicate. He's very intimate. He needs his own space. He needs his trunk space. He needs his own room.
Yes.
Anybody who needs to know.
Workspace.
He needs his own sweet work. He needs his own workspace. You don't run around with that work. The work is big. He's big body. So
he's chauffeuring around this low-level drug dealer to make some money on the side.
Okay.
And before the night is over, he has come up with this plot to remedy his financial situations by trying to get some sort of ransom from this guy. And
right.
It goes horrendously wrong.
It goes haywire.
Horrendously wrong.
I don't know many kidnappings that go well.
Right.
Even when they go well.
I mean, I've done a couple that did.
Rob, they're recording this.
I'm sorry.
Maybe this role isn't so far.
I didn't mean that at all.
He got into character for real.
I didn't mean that at all. That was weird. I made it weird, didn't I?
You got it a little weird.
Sorry,
I need to go back to sports now.
Apologize.
So the film is out. It's a day and date release. Have you ever been in a film that does the day and date release?
No, this is my first time, and I'm learning kind of how that goes. You pull a lot of favors for people to, hey, can you talk about the film? Can you put it out there for me?
Well, let me tell you, the O-ZONE family is here for you.
I appreciate
We're
that.
here to promote the film.
Thank you, man.
We're happy to have you here.
Thank you.
It's hard to get a hold of you. Robbie was tanning his cheeks in Bora Bora for a little while.
A little Bora Bora action.
Talk to him. Talk to the people.
Fiji.
Fiji. My bad.
Fiji.
My South Pacific geography is not solid.
Man,
yeah, I'm not the best.
I was able to bronze a little bit out there.
Bronze.
I was, when I got back, they called me LeBron's.
LeBron Jones.
LeBron Jones. No, I got a chance.
What was that film about?
I got a chance to run out to Fiji to shoot a film.
Run out to Fiji. That took a little 18-hour flight.
I ran on out there, shot out to Fiji. And no, I got the opportunity to film a film called Fantasy Island. It comes out next year. It's a Blumhouse production. People who brought you Get Out. And it's Michael Pena and Maggie Q and a few other people. We did Fantasy Island, the remake, and it's a thriller.
Really?
It's a thriller.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a thriller.
That's cool.
They turned it on its ear. It's a little bit of a thriller. So
Blumhouse, man, this Jason Blum character, he's not messing around.
I'm messing around. No, he's not
He's
playing no
changing
games.
Hollywood.
Yeah, he really is through the whole way he puts his films together, to the pay scale, to everything. You know, they have a formula and they just plug and play, and it works.
It's working.
It's working. So I can't knock it. It was a pleasure to be a part of it. So I'm excited to see how that comes together.
Right. Now, is this one going to theater or is it?
Yeah, that's a big. They do.
Yeah, Blumhouse does a big
Us. They're not playing around.
That whole they're doing it super large.
They do it large.
But American Dreamer is in films. It's in theaters.
Yes.
So if you are in a major market, you can find it. It's going to be a limited release, but as people you can watch it at home.
Yes.
There's a lot of home theater action out there, and you can watch it at home.
Buy it on iTunes right this second.
Right.
I did it last night.
Nothing like self-support.
I was like, I'm getting me one.
Nothing like self-support. 16 days. That's beautiful to think that you could put something together important so quickly.
Yeah, I'm just glad that people are responding to it. I think last time I checked, Rotten Tomatoes was 100% from audience score.
Wow.
And with people like Russell and yourself and other people that are just kind of helping put the word out, it's been really, really cool, man. It's been really
great.
Cool. Yeah, a blessing. Truly a blessing, man.
Oh man.
Oh man, I'm not blowing smoke. That looks very, very interesting. I mean,
thank you.
That looks really, really good.
Thank you. Go see it. Go see
American Dreamer now, folks. We're gonna pump it up on the O-Zone for sure and get you some love.
Yeah.
Right now, we're gonna move to boxing, and this saga between Golden Boy and their budding star Ryan Garcia has gone past ahead and has actually come to a resolution.
Of course.
Wow.
Just like you said last week, you heard Oscar De La Hoya speak up as a veteran leader and said, we'll get down to the bottom of this thing. Sometimes the egos have to step back and we have to step forward and come to a deal. So, Rob, if you don't know, Golden Boy, who is the company that is the namesake of Oscar De La Hoya, who promotes Canelo Alvarez.
Right.
Who promotes a young kid named Virgil Ortiz, who's going to be his big star. And they promote another young kid that's a local here named Ryan Garcia.
Okay.
And the kid's he's a social media star. He's got millions of followers on social media. He's working his way up in the rankings, but they've been very cautious with him, to say the least.
Okay.
Well, he was supposed to fight last weekend in Carson.
Okay.
And it didn't work out because the person that he was supposed to fight, it was a big fight hype build up. He sold a lot of tickets for it.
Sure.
Then the person that he was supposed to fight, come to find he had a warrant and the authorities picked him up.
What?
On the Wednesday before the fight. Or the fight was Saturday, and I think they picked him up on Wednesday or Thursday.
An arrest warrant?
An arrest warrant for an old charge that there's a lot of confusion surrounding it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was another guy who was on the card who they say was ready to fight. And the president of Golden Boy came out with a statement that said the fight was offered to Ryan Garcia, their fighter, basically the next day, and that he said he was too tough and he didn't want to fight him. Now, we can understand for the life of us why anybody would say that about their own fighter. There was a lot of confusion.
They put out a statement that said, this guy is too tough, we don't want our guy to fight him?
No, they put out a statement saying that they asked the fighter himself if he wanted to fight him, and he said, no, he's too tough.
Shut up.
Total confusion. No, we didn't understand what was going on. And which made the kid's 19 years old. He responded emotionally. He went crazy on the internet, put his own numbers on blast, said his money was funny and his change was strange.
Oh, no.
Said his bread wasn't right.
Oh, no.
And he's been selling tickets for them, and he doesn't appreciate the way that he's been getting treated, and yada, yada, and yada, yada. Oscar De La Hoya stepped in with some veteran leadership, and just 2 days ago, they signed him to a lucrative deal. Now it's all smiles. Everything is all rosy in the league. And the guy that they were trying to get him to fight, he now has a co-headlining deal to fight on the Canelo Alvarez card in Las Vegas on November 2nd against Kovalev.
Oh, wow.
So now he's going to fight this guy Dunn that he was, I think it was Dunn or Dune that he's supposed to be fighting, that rumor has it he was already lined up to fight.
Right.
but just down the road, I don't know what's going on, but it's very soap operatic and dramatic.
What a turn of events.
And now Oscar De La Hoya came out today and said that he's gunning to get this kid Ryan Garcia to be the first boxer ever to sign a $700 million deal.
Now, do you think this is because he's having problems with Canelo, that he's trying to set his next one up? Because I know that they invest everything into Canelo, but it looks like they're trying to set it up just in case Canelo decides to jump ship.
Wait, what's the problem with Canelo?
So it's funny that you asked.
Except for that Mexican cow meat that he was having.
Oh, why you got to bring that up?
That's what he
Everybody's
said.
forgotten about
That's what
that.
he said.
Yeah,
he said it was the Mexican
it was
cow
that carne.
meat. Carne.
That carne wasn't right.
No.
Well, apparently there's been trouble in paradise because Canelo
Carne extravagante.
it was extravagant. And partially tainted.
Oh man,
tainted love. And so Canelo missed for the first time fighting on Mexican Independence Day in years, and he did not fight last weekend, which is a major boxing fight weekend.
Exactly.
It's the last two Triple G fights were on that weekend,
right? And
the two fights versus Triple G, and so he wanted to move up in weight and fight at 175 and fight Sergey Kovalev.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that went over well, or I don't know what happened, but ever since then, he's been really salty. And now Oscar De La Hoya has been saying the trilogy with Triple G is coming next year. And Canelo Alvarez just came out and said, I have no interest and no business with Gennady Golovkin. Everything has been decided. They said, well, Oscar said you fighting next year. He says, Oscar says all kind of stuff that doesn't make sense.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Sound like there's trouble in the land.
It could be. And I think that the investment in Ryan Garcia definitely is a hedge on the bet. Mm-hmm. But I also think that Oscar De La Hoya has benefited and reaped the fruits of a successful boxing career, and he wants to spread that as long and far as he can to the people, especially of his own heritage, which is admirable.
Right.
Because
absolutely.
Now, this is a time that I actually feel like Canelo is dodging, because Canelo could not believe that he dominated both of those fights.
He can't believe that.
There's no way that he can believe that he dominated Triple G.
And that's what he's
absolutely saying. No conceivable way.
And but that's what he's trying to sell.
That's what he's trying to sell.
He's trying to say, like, I beat him twice.
Says we have no other business to handle. What else do we need to do?
On paper, I get what you're saying. In real life, cut it out.
Cut it out.
Cut it out.
Cut it out.
There's only a handful of people that believe it. Both
he
fights.
lost the first
Clearly, he lost the first fight.
He tightened up the second one.
He tightened up the second one, but I thought he still lost.
Put it like this: if they was running a race, he got smoked.
He got walked in the first
fight. The second one, it was like.
Yeah, but he still lost. But it was a bang play.
He lost by 0.8 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree. He made adjustments. He made the second fight.
Nevertheless, he lost both fights.
But he lost both. He lost both fights.
Can we agree on that?
At the totally agree. The O-ZONE fully is totally.
We were ringside in the first fight, and it looked like he was going to not answer the bell at one point.
Yeah, at one point it looked like he couldn't. I think it was between the 8th and the 9th round. It looked like he couldn't get off the stool.
Like they might not send him back out.
No, look like he might not.
Like he could get up there and get out there.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then he even added Golovkin is fighting no names and nobodies. Meanwhile,
so he's trying to salt him?
He's salting him.
Oh, come on.
But his strategy, it seems that the strategy is to get Gennady to fight a whole bunch of people to wear him down so that if they do fight again, that it would be a lot easier for him.
And Gennady would be close to 40 years old.
Yeah, and then also what they were trying to do is to make sure that Gennady did not have a belt. So as long as he didn't have a belt, then
they could have the excuse to not fight him.
Yeah, because he said he wouldn't fight him if he didn't have a belt, but you have his belts.
That's so wild.
Yeah. It's wild. And the WBC is compliant because they made him some sort of Uber Megatron champion.
I'm Uber Megatron champion of the
world. That's exactly what they made him. So now he can fight at will at whatever weight class he feels like and never have to worry about losing his belt at middleweight, despite not necessarily defending the crown for any certain amount of time.
That's wild.
Which is crazy, right?
But we've had this conversation before. Boxing is shady, man.
So dirty.
It's shady. It really is shady. You can't watch a high-profile boxing match that goes to a decision and not just see that there's a conspiracy, a legitimate conspiracy to keep certain people with belts.
You can tell that, and we're watching it right now with Anthony Joshua, because if he did not have that fight clause in there to have to get his belts back against Andy Ruiz, he would not have an opportunity to get those belts back, period. I can guarantee that.
Now, here's Oscar De La Hoya when TMZ called him.
They don't want to take challenges. They don't want to unify world titles. They don't want to, for that matter, they don't want to move up one division. Canelo's moving up 2 divisions, and that's no easy task. It's going to be a barn burner. It's going to be a tough fight, and you have to give credit to Canelo just for taking on this challenge. You see Kovalev, and he towers over Canelo, so it's going to be quite interesting to see if he can, handle that reach, take that power. So November 2nd, we'll see what happens. People don't expect Canelo to beat Kovalev. I think that come November 2nd in Las Vegas at the MGM, if Canelo puts out that upset, it's going to be one for the record books, that's for sure.
And an interesting thing is Kovalev's old trainer, actually the one that trained him against when he was facing Andre Ward, said, "Hey man, Sergey has a lot of miles on him." And
that's clear.
And
That's clear.
and the reason Canelo picked him is because he's the weakest champion at 175. And outside of the ring, Kovalev likes to drink. And inside of the ring, he would never listen to me so that I could actually teach him how to fight inside, which is why his body is suspect. And then he just aired him out. Aired him out.
What is up with that? What's up with people airing each other out, man?
So shout out to 6ix9ine.
Right.
And all you bums who supported him.
Right.
You guys stop making idiots famous. Myself included.
And put tattoos on your face.
If I just stop putting tattoos on your face, first and foremost. If I turn into an idiot, don't make me famous. Gonna move on to the world of baseball. We have a caller with a hot take, and we want to go to him right now.
Hello.
Yankee Randy in the house. What's happening?
What's going on, fellas?
You got it. I got your boy Trolling Terry here.
Hey.
Trolling Terry.
What's up with it, baby?
And
I haven't heard from Trolling Terry in a while, so
the Yankees got the best record in baseball. It's hard to troll. It's hard to troll.
No, it's not.
But there's some material now, and that's why
mirrors.
And that's why we got you on the line, because it looks like although you returned, your ace has returned. Lou Severino returned, and he looked good in 4 innings the other night.
They actually lost their ace, though.
And they lost their current ace in Domingo Germán to an investigation for domestic violence. Talk to me. You write for a really cool art, what would that be called? An article, I guess, a segment.
Blog.
Blog. Thank you. A really cool blog, live from 314 for baseball fans who don't know. That's the short porch distance at Yankee Stadium in right field. And you're an avid fan. You got season tickets. You're there. You see it every night. Talk to me about the situation and what these implications could be for the New York Yankees having the best the record in baseball right now, but heading into the playoffs potentially without their ace.
Well, first of all, the victim comes first. I personally think something happened. I don't think MLB is going to put somebody on administrative leave without actual evidence of something taking place. I personally think that the team should release him. I don't think he should be a part of the organization anymore.
Wow.
I
can understand that. Yeah, for sure.
I have no time.
Uh-oh, we're losing you. We're losing. There you go.
Oh, really?
There you go. There you go.
They said he slapped his girlfriend around in public. Right?
Yeah, they said he slapped her around in public at an event for CC Sabathia.
Well, it wasn't
right.
No. That was the first reporting of it. Then they said that he slapped her at home. So when they came back from their last road trip, the incident occurred at home. So that incident the reporting about it being at CC's charity event isn't correct, but the incident happened that night. So in terms of the baseball team, it hurts, but I think that they have enough to cover for it because I don't think he was starting a game. Now that Severino is healthy, I think it was going to be Tanaka, Severino, and Paxton, and then they were probably going to do an opener or kind of like a piggyback thing with Herman. But I think they have enough guys with Green and a couple other guys. But if they wanted to go that route, they could go that route without Herman. And also, he doesn't really pitch well on the road. So they're going to get home field at least through the division series. So I'm not sure how effective he would have been anyway because he's terrible on the road. So I think it hurts, but I think that they have enough to make up for it because he probably isn't going to be on the postseason roster. And it's not a good look for him to pitch in the playoffs anyway. Like, it's just they're going to get so many questions about him. They're not going to talk about the team. So I think they have enough to cover it up and still be productive. Plus, their bullpen is ridiculous. They're going to throw all those guys at everybody whenever they get the chance. So I think it hurts, but I don't think it's the end of the world. But it helped that Severino came back. Like, Severino coming back is a pretty big deal. So.
And I actually like the fact that he got in trouble. I like the fact that he got in trouble and he worked out of trouble.
Yeah, but how long is it before he stretched out?
Right. I know that they had him pitch 65 pitches against the Angels. Then I think they go up to 80 the next time. And he has one more start after that. So I think he'll be stretched out. I think that part is going to be taken care of because he'll have 2 more starts. But again, they're going to throw the bullpen at guys. I mean, they're like their first chance that they get to unleash the bullpen, they're going to do it. So he might not need to throw 100 pitches because, they're just going to unleash the bullpen on whoever they're playing, Minnesota, Oakland, Tampa Bay, whoever it is. They're basically going to bullpen it through the playoffs, I think.
I don't think they want to see Oakland.
I don't think anybody wants to see Oakland.
Yeah,
I mean, even your Astros.
Well, the Astros
they don't want to
cakewalk the Oakland A's.
Trolling Terry.
Nah, man, they lost a series in Houston. They lost 3 out of 4 in Houston.
Come on, man. You know when it comes
they
down
don't want
to
play Oakland.
Come on.
Honestly, I'm with you, Randy.
Right,
I don't think anybody wants to play Oakland right now.
Who wants to play the Astros? You have 2 of the best pitchers in all of baseball on the Astros. First,
Oakland wants to play anybody,
Oakland doesn't want it.
But I'm very interested to see what happens now that the Yankees have clinched. And honestly, the cool part is the Yankees clinched, the Dodgers clinched, but everybody is in the hunt for this best record in the league. So they have to keep playing because nobody really wants to play on the road. None of these teams want to play on the road except for Oakland and Houston. Yeah. Besides that, I don't really like any of the playoff teams on the road.
Yeah. I mean, I think home field is important for the Yankees. I mean, that means potentially playing Oakland in the ALDS, but so be it. I mean, at least they'll be at home. So.
Yeah, and you got to play. You got to play somebody. They're a playoff team for a reason.
Yeah,
and this is the best thing about baseball. You got 6 months to sort it out. Ain't no flukes.
Right.
You got if you get to the dance in Major League Baseball, you put in work for a long time.
And the league's not watered down. So
unlike football, the league does not support domestic violence, and it is not watered down.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, I went home field, but there's a lot of Yankees fans that they don't think it's that important, which is a little confusing because their pitching is way better at home than on the road. So, I mean, I don't get that, but they haven't lost a series at home since like the first week of April.
Wow.
I think one of the biggest
pretty much the entire season.
I think one of the biggest problems the Yankees are going to have is getting Stanton back.
Yeah, because he looks good, but obviously as baseball players, all of us know you need a lot of at-bats to dial in your eyes, especially when you're going into the postseason facing the best of the best.
Yes.
You
can't get tuned up.
I think Stan will have enough at-bats. He should get around like 50 at-bats, but it's really Gary and Encarnacion. They're not going to get at-bats. So
you always forget that they got Encarnacion too. That team is loaded on offense.
It is
loaded. It's ridiculous. Like when Encarnacion broke his wrist, he only needed like 8 minor league at bats, and he was like, "All right, I'm good." And then he came back up to the Yankees and hit a home run in like 3 straight games. And he was like, "Yeah, I told you I was good.
Told you I'm good.
I mean,
I'm only trying to hit 225.
Yeah,
I'm trying to hit 225 with bombs.
Yeah.
I'm good."
This is when they run into problems.
Yeah, I'm good.
This is where they run into problems, though, because you guys are a slugging team and not a team that actually hits for average.
DJ
not this year, though.
You got one player that hits for average.
Yeah.
Gleyber Torres is nice.
Gleyber Torres.
No, not. Yeah. But when you watch Gleyber,
that's going to be an issue this year.
When you watch Gleyber in tough situations, Gleyber is not he's not a hitter at that point.
Cody Bellinger.
He's Cody Bellinger in a lot of ways. He gets out. He hits 2 balls. You beg to differ.
I think I think Trolling Terry has popped up again. He's not Cody Bellinger. Like he's
not that
guy's
far
in the
off.
middle of it. Like he's in the middle of everything. Like when he produces, it's like a big spot. Same thing with LeMahieu, Judge. Like I don't think the issues that they've had the last couple of years are going to like pop up as much this year. Like they have better like control of the strike zone when they hit. I mean, they still strike out, but it's not like before, especially with
they strike out way too
much.
much.
I mean, everybody strikes out too much.
Not the Astros,
but they're not
Nowadays,
like the past Yankees team.
Teams really strike out a lot.
But they're not. They're really not like the last couple of years with the Yankees. I mean, LeMahieu alone like changed the complexion of that team. That guy's a monster.
We told you. We tried to tell you back in March. We watched a lot of his games out west,
right.
and you guys nobody out. And it wasn't just you either.
Yeah.
Like a lot of Yankee fans fought us on that.
DJ LeMahieu, what are you doing? I was like, wow, they got DJ LeMahieu.
Man, DJ LeMahieu led the league in batting a couple years. And now, real quick,
no, you guys are right.
want to lay this one on you. Who do you like in the National League in the wild card? It's tight out there. Yeah, right now the Nationals are at the top. Milwaukee just usurped the Cubs. Good. I can't believe Milwaukee looks this good without Christian Yelich.
You got to give that to Craig Counsell.
Yeah. I think it's going to be Milwaukee and the Nationals.
One game start. Who do you go with for the Nationals? You go Scherzer, you go Strasburg, you go Corbin. I know it's tight, right? I go with the big fella. I go with Strasburg. I like this stuff a lot.
I think I would go with Strasburg too.
Yeah,
and I think
Scherzer hasn't been the same since he got hurt.
No.
Yeah, and I'm not mad at Max. He's formidable. I don't want him all in the one game.
No,
I want him. You know what I mean?
He wants it.
He wants it.
But
That's not even. He wants it too much.
Right.
He wants it so much he'll groove fastballs until somebody hits him.
Right. Exactly.
He wants.
Yeah, I think I'll go with Strasburg. Strasburg's nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, honestly,
for the one game, Strasburg.
And we're talking about who wants to see the A's in real life in a one-game scenario. Do you want to see the Tampa Bay Rays?
Yeah, right.
In a one game with a team that has perfected the opener?
Yeah. If I'm Oakland, I don't think Oakland cares. In Oakland, I think Oakland could care less. I mean, it just seems like they don't care.
Tampa doesn't care, though.
Tampa doesn't care, but I tell you what, man, you can't stop Matt Olson from leaving the yard right now. My God. I wish my fantasy team fell apart. He hits a bomb like every other day. He's in a bomb.
I think he hits a bomb every 10 at bats or something like that.
Yeah. And he's up there, and he didn't even play the first 2 months of the year.
Yeah.
Right. He broke his hand, right?
Yeah.
He broke his hand in the first game.
Hammock bone. And usually it takes him a long time to recover from that.
And it didn't take him to get his eyes dialed at all.
No.
No. Not at all. Imagine if he played the whole year.
He's got 60 bombs.
But Chris Davis is the one that's hurting it right now. Chris Davis is not hitting the ball like he has been in the past few years.
He's having a down year.
Yeah.
I wish I knew.
Yeah, he's definitely having a down year.
Man.
Oh yeah, we got. As a matter of fact, we talking about your squad. We got a Bay Area representative right here.
Okay.
And this is Robbie Jones.
Nice.
Robbie's here to promote his film. This is Yankee Randy is actually a filmmaker.
Yes. Oh wow. Okay.
Yes, he is.
Nice.
And Robbie's here to promote his film called American Dreamer, the joint with Jim Gaffigan. So if you get a sec, go check it out. It's DOD. It's day and date release. It's playing where you are in New York right now, but it's also at your house if you want to pick it up on iTunes or anywhere else.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. I wish I knew more about baseball.
Absolutely.
I'd argue with you right now.
So Rob is from SAC. So by default, he roots for the A's.
Oh, okay.
He's a Giants dude. He's an A's dude.
Default. Okay. I'm all about that. Yay.
Well, I mean, I dig the A's. I like the A's. So
there you go.
I actually like it too.
Yeah.
So tell me this. Tell the people where they can find you and where they can find the blog that you write for, because you're a great follow on Twitter.
Thank you. Pam Son on Twitter, PAMSSON. And the blog is Views from 314 Feet. So
the number
is spelled out. Handle for that is the number 314 FT at the end.
Okay.
Views from 314 FT. So yeah, we're doing well. A lot of people are supporting us. The Yes Network promotes us pretty frequently now, so that's cool. And you can find us there.
That is cool. All right, now, well, appreciate you. We'll check in because it's almost all of our favorite time of the year because October is coming. There's going to be a lot to talk about.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, talk to you soon.
Late.
All right, thanks for having me. Later.
So the last thing we want to cover, folks, is something Rob can't talk about.
Hey.
And it is what Kevin Durant and his former world champion partner, Steph Curry, have been going back and forth.
They funkin'?
It's a little beef. It's a little carne.
Oh, no.
It's a little asada going on in the air.
Con carne.
Con carne. So talk to him, T. Tell him what's been going on.
Please tell me.
Well, now Steph Curry, Kevin Durant came out and said that he never felt like he was really a part of the squad. Yeah. And that's what Steph Curry is saying. Steph Curry's face looked just like that.
How? How,
like somebody
Sway?
opened a bottle of beer.
How, Sway? That don't make no sense.
That's what we're trying to figure out. What is going on there?
Is he giving out like specifics? Like, man, when I was in the locker room, these fools didn't talk to me, or we was on the plane.
You know what? They haven't really gone in depth in that. I think that everybody's mind is boggled because the way that he came in like gangbusters. It looked like everybody came in. He came in with open arms, and they let him be the number one.
They let him be number one, and I felt they deferred to him.
Purpose.
And I personally felt like they didn't really need to do that because they were already 2 times champs, so they were already
going to get your AB. You know,
that's it,
and you don't need it.
Yep.
And so now he's making it sound like he was an outsider on the team.
Really?
Yeah.
But that's after talking about these are his brothers, and you know.
I tell you, the game don't wait.
Yeah. It's like, man, really?
And so, what did Steph Curry respond with?
What did he say?
Let me get to it. Steph Curry has responded with.
I'm sure he said something graceful. I can't imagine.
Yeah, Steph is always
Steph is always grateful
and graceful.
Yeah.
But he basically responded with saying, right here,
Patriots release
is all you
Antonio
need.
Brown right now.
Swear.
AB is out.
AB is out. Patriots just released. I said at the beginning a long time ago, he will not go to the Patriots.
Wow. And with that buffoonery, with that filth-flarn filth.
Wait a second. They just released him?
While we're live on the air, ladies and gentlemen.
He just
I heard the dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
That was to tell you that AB has been released.
And AB has tricked off, and he's probably out the league.
He's probably done.
He's probably out the league. Wow. Well, that changes the conversation. We need to get Trucker Dave back on the line.
But they gave him guaranteed paper, though, right?
Only a small amount.
And I don't know if that's guaranteed, actually. This is what I was saying.
That's what we're saying. The NFL is notorious for having an out in the contract if they don't like what you do.
So due to the whatever.
Could be due to whatever.
We don't have to pay you, and we're done with you.
I don't even, who are you?
Yeah.
And by the way, we need that $10 million back from the signing bonus.
Maybe he might get a percentage or whatever, but it's supposed to be guaranteed money. But football has that clause where, just like Randy was just talking about with baseball, if you do something detrimental to the team or to the league, you can probably lose your cheese, just like the Raiders were doing with him.
By the way, we have that clause. It's in the entertainment business.
But listen to this, man.
Because you have that clause as well. You have that clause that
like a character clause, right?
In series regular contracts. And all that
you
stuff.
can't have character.
You can't wild out.
You can't wild out. That's what mine says. Actually,
wild out clause.
It says, "Oh, this is the wild out clause."
Okay. No wilding for me.
Bug out.
Yeah, no violence, no DV,
right?
No work,
no allegations.
And it goes too far. So here's Steph Curry.
Please.
It's what we were about as friends on and off the court. Whatever he needed to do to make that decision, and however he wants to explain that, that's just what's going to happen.
The other quote that caught a lot of people's eyes is he said the motion offense we run in Golden State, it only works to a certain point. He talked about it working for the first couple rounds of the playoffs, but not as much after that.
Well, I don't even care what plays we ran. We won 2 championships. We talked a lot about it throughout the 3-year run. The word sacrifice in terms of, playing a little bit differently than we all had been accustomed to over the years. We all want to play iso ball at the end of the day at some way, shape, or form, but I'd rather have some championships too.
France beat us. Doesn't matter who it is.
Man, Steph Curry's a solid dude.
He's a great guy. Yeah. And I can't front on Steph Curry.
He went high.
Yeah.
He always goes high.
And it's like that you got to respect that.
You have to respect that unless you're a clown.
Yes.
Because think about it. He's a champion at the end of the day.
And so multi-time MVP.
Yes. So why do I have to argue?
I have to argue nothing. Y'all see the work?
What do I have to prove?
Y'all see
right.
you want to see the trophies?
And he stepped back for Kevin Durant because he was the man.
That's what I'm saying.
Because the truth be told, when Kevin Durant just went hurt, Steph Curry went nuts.
He did.
And then Clay got hurt, and Steph Curry went a bag of nuts.
Right.
Chicago O'Hare.
Yeah.
They were out there. You've been there. You've been there. They got great popcorn. You see that? That was a double because Steph is a popcorn nut too. But yeah.
Wow,
man,
yeah, that's so.
He's such a solid guy.
Yeah,
I just it baffles my mind because
it baffles me. Kevin Durant,
like they had such synergy when they're rolling. It just looked like
it seemed like Draymond was the one that sniffed it out early and was like, man,
right. And at the end of the day, Kevin Durant, people are going to start questioning him after he hops from team to team, and and he's always got something to say.
It could happen.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah,
first and foremost, he's got to get back on the court. Yeah. We got to get back on the court with that Achilles and see where that is.
Yeah, blessings to him. Hopefully,
well, he's definitely not going to be the same player.
Hopefully, I'm speedy recovery to him. I'm praying blessings for him. But man, that sucks that they got.
Can you believe that
feud of words or whatever right now because they did so much. I'm a huge Warriors fan when they were playing together. It's like, come on, man, it's the best of the best on the same team.
Right.
And
what do you expect now? These rookies coming out,
man.
Ja Morant. Zion?
Man, Zion is a monster. I believe.
Oh, you see this kid who just broke his record at Duke?
Oh, really?
What?
A kid just broke his vertical record at Duke.
Already?
17-year-old kid, 18-year-old kid. He was a top 32 pick in the league. Hold on a second. Let me look at this kid's name.
Wait, what?
What?
Wait, they have a record of verticals?
Yeah, because the guy Cassius Stanley.
Oh.
Cassius Stanley breaks Zion Williamson's Duke men's basketball vertical leap record. This kid is a human highlight reel.
He has boyoings.
He's got bounce.
Serious. I seen his highlights. I was like, this looks easy.
The kid is like
easy.
Vince Carter-esque on this bounce.
But he don't have that thing that Zion got. That
girth.
That girth.
Yeah.
He got that.
And that's going and we're going to see how they use that. I'm really excited to see New Orleans play.
Yeah. Man, they're going to be
really
so
excited.
Fun.
Especially if Zion can get a jumper.
Man, they got
Zion can get a jumper, but honestly, I think getting away from the family and actually being able to just play his game is going to benefit Lonzo Ball tremendously.
Yeah.
I think so. Because they got so much upside.
They have so much upside.
They're so young and hungry and talented.
I just wish they would have kept Julius Randle. I would like Julius Randle and Zion because that's a lot of beef down low.
They still
you're
got
going to get
beef
punished. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to get punished to get boards.
They're kind of similar in a lot of ways.
Yep.
But it's like I see Zion as an uber athletic Draymond Green. I think that he has that potential to be that.
Draymond can shoot a little bit, though.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's where he has the potential to go. Mm-hmm. Because if he's an elite defender, oh my gosh. Like, forget the jumper.
Got him at the 3.
If he's an elite defender who's a ball handler, because he handles that thing. You ever seen Zion push that thing?
Mm-hmm.
He's coast to coast.
Coast to coast.
He got that mash burn. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ooh, Jamal.
Don't give him the mashed potatoes.
I promise.
No, I got to prove he got mash burn.
Man, he got a little mash burn with him. I watched almost every game this year, and I seen him double cross a few people. Bang, bang, bang. Young.
I want to see once he gets in there and when he wants to go with the bully ball, how it works out for him.
Man, did you see what he did in a few minutes in summer league?
No, I didn't really because they just want to tease you.
That?
They just want to tease you with it. But that's not against the guys though. You want to see him against the guys.
I do want to see him against the guys, but they can't stop. He's heavier than 98% of the guys, and jumps higher than probably about 95% of them.
You think?
What?
We're about to see. It's about to fire up.
Do you remember what Blake Griffin was doing? Yeah. His first couple years in the league, when he was just all jumping
over cars and everything else.
When he was just all hops.
Yeah, he was all hops.
That's what I see.
That was a Guinness beer.
He didn't even have handles like Zion.
Yeah. All right, folks. Want to set up right now. We're going to leave you with a call from Do It for the Tipper, who wants to give you his college picks for the weekend. And here he is now.
Yepper.
Do It for the Tipper, live on the O-ZONE. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. O-ZONE. What's going on with y'all?
Oh man, we just got breaking news hot off the press that Antonio Brown is no longer a member of the National Football League New England Patriots.
Wow.
I don't even know if he's a member. He's going to be a member of the league anymore.
He's dropped. That's it. They got rid of him.
Wow is right.
You also got a special guest on the line. Do It for the Tipper. You got Robbie Jones on the line, star of stage and screen. Robbie's got a new film coming out called American Dreamer that he's here to promote. And if you remember, Robbie Jones was the O-ZONE's first celebrity guest. So he's here. We're here to talk college football, but we just wanted to lay it on you real quick about AB. Unbelievable. Just broke.
That is big. So they went from being First of all, what's up, Rob? How you doing,
What's
sir?
going on, my man? What's happening?
Slow motion.
I hear that.
Chilling. Man, so that went from Antonio Brown and the New England Patriots being like a Super Bowl contender again to like, where are they now?
To the New England Patriots being a Super Bowl contender again.
Right.
This doesn't change anything for the Patriots except for getting some confusion out of the locker room.
Right.
You still talking
away
about
some money.
That's it. You still talking about Josh Gordon. You still talking about Edelman. You still talking about Sony Michel. You still talking about all of the people that they got. They ain't going nowhere.
That was a sidestep, not a back.
That's what it was. That was a juke move.
Yeah.
Yeah. So talk to me about college football this weekend. People are on us. You know what? We all have been known to parry a little bit at the O-ZONE, and we're looking right now. It seems like college football is what's hot to gamble on. You got the picks. Last year you went upwards of 70%. I talked to you off air. We weren't able to get you on, but you called that BYU USC upset. What do you got this week in the world of college football?
Did I call it?
You called it. You called it.
I called it.
You called it.
One more time.
You called it, and you called it.
He called it.
Unfortunately, you told me after the game started, so I didn't get a chance to get a bet in. So thanks for calling it late.
Good. It's all good. I called it on time. You just got the call late.
Whatever. What do you got now?
But anyway, okay, so we're going into week 4. We're going into week 4, and y'all know what I say is going down. College football is my thing. So we got number 11, Michigan, at number 13, Wisconsin. This is going to be my upset special. I'm going with Wisconsin. I don't believe in Big Blue Michigan. I know it's a lot of Michigan Wolverine fans out there, but this is not the Michigan of Bo Schembechler days. So I'm going with Wisconsin, number 13, to win versus number 11, Michigan. Now we got number 23, Cal, going to Ole Miss.
Cal. We got Cal. We got a Cal Bear alum on the mic right now. Stand up.
Go Bears. Okay. Go Bears.
We're going to give a shout out to you, Rob, since you're an alum, and we're going to also give a shout out to our San Jose State alumni, Mark Polk. His son plays at Cal. So
he sure does. He sure does. So, MP's son is up there now. Congrats.
As you can see, I do my research. So what's up? So we're going to go with number 15, UCF. They're playing against Pittsburgh.
Wait, what was the pick in the Cal game? Sorry.
Cal. Going with Cal.
Okay, you're going with Cal. Sorry.
Of course.
Yeah, go see Cal. Go see Cal. Go see Cal.
You going with Cal Worthington at his dog spot.
At his dog spot.
I will stand up on my head until my feet are turning red.
If you need a car or truck, go see Cal. If you're down out on your luck, go see Cal. Go see Cal. Go see Cal. Go see Cal. I haven't heard the Cal Worthington jam in a long time. Thank you for that, dude, for the tipper. I watched a lot of television as a kid. Cal Worthington was there.
That man had a grown tiger with him, didn't he?
Tiger! What are you doing, Cal?
Cal got him a tiger. He playing around like Mike Tyson.
He had the white tiger.
You know what tiger?
Yeah.
Come on.
Siegfried and Roy.
Cal.
A cowboy hat and a tiger.
Yeah.
Cal.
Piece of work. You need a car. See Cal.
I got to download my jam. I love that Cal.
Rest in peace, Cal.
Rest in peace to Cal Worthington.
That was a great sample.
I forgot about it. I can't even remember all the lyrics.
He was standing up on his head.
Till my feet are turning red.
That got me so weak. I remember that so well.
Oh my
I don't think everybody knows about it going out of California.
I don't think you know out of California.
Right?
You probably O-ZONE listeners don't know who this is, but go look. We'll make you a clip.
YouTube,
look up Cal Worthington.
Search Cal Worthington car commercials. Treat yourself.
Don't cheat yourself.
You will be so weak.
You
with
saw a lot of
laughter.
whips, huh?
And let me tell you, you'll want to go buy a car.
Yeah.
Man, Cal Worthington was paid. Okay,
Hey, come on, man.
Spread it up.
He was selling whips for years with that tiger.
Decades.
With that tiger.
Decades.
On
With that
finance.
white tiger.
His own financing, in-house financing.
Right. He gave you a loan and a tiger bite in the same day.
I didn't want the bite. He was selling that van too. He loved that van, that Ford van.
Push it.
That's great work doing for the tipper. Even if your pick doesn't come off, you got my support on this week. Wow.
That's brilliant.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Hey, why did Cal look like he was 86 back in 1984?
Right. And was still moving units.
Right? He pushing units, man.
Cal moved units. Robin's weak. Go ahead, man. We got to go. We got to wrap it up. Get your slate in.
Real quick. So we got number 15, UCF versus Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is tough. They're tough at home. But UCF puts up numbers, and I think that UCF is just a little bit too strong for Pittsburgh. We've got number 22, Washington versus BYU. I called the game last week. BYU was tough. They've the first 3 games has been just nail biters, overtime, double overtimes. But I think number 22, Washington is pretty. It's good enough to go into BYU and put them hands on them. Then we got Charlotte. Charlotte going against my team, number 1, Clemson, Dabo, and them Cal Worthington Tigers. So y'all know I'm rolling with Dabo, Sweeney, and Clemson. Then we got after that Oklahoma State versus number 12 Texas. Usually in previous years I would take Oklahoma State. This year I'm running with number 12 Texas. They got a quarterback that's down there that's pretty decent. He will most likely be a Heisman candidate. So go with Texas. Put the horns up. Then we got the big game of the evening, number 7 Notre Dame. They're going to Georgia, Athens, Georgia. This is going to be just a battle. Notre Dame got enough experience to. I think I got them going into the playoffs this year, but Georgia they usually never win the big games. But I think Georgia is prepared this year.
So you're going Georgia over Notre Dame?
I'm going Georgia over Notre Dame.
Ooh,
I'm going Georgia over Notre Dame.
Vegas real quick. You got some big upsets this week.
Well, Georgia's number 3, but Notre Dame usually don't play anybody until later in the season. Georgia is in that SEC, so they constantly playing grown man football. So that's why I'm gonna go with Georgia. And that is all the picks that I have. I wish I had more, but like I told y'all, week 4 is about to go down with a bunch of top-ranked 25 teams playing against each other. So that's what I got for you, O-ZONE.
Well, we got one more question for you because it came up earlier. We're talking about how so many of the teams in the NFL are garbage. And Troll and Terry came up with something and said that he doesn't know if the Miami Dolphins can beat Dabo and Clemson. What do you think?
Man,
that's so disrespectful.
That's
First
so
of
disrespectful, right?
But it's real.
E.T., cut it out.
It's real. It's real.
They nasty like that, though. They nasty like that. They ask questions like that.
All right, man. Take you and your bum picks on. We'll see how you did next week on the O-ZONE segment. Thank you for the gym of Cal Worthington. Go see Cal. Go see Cal. Go see Cal. He was so energetic. He was such a great showman. He was a great showman. Go see Cal. If you want to do a truck, go see Cal. I will stand up on my head until my feet are dirty red. Go see Cal. Go see Cal. Go see Cal. How many people went there looking for Cal? 100%. Cal's at the people's there. What?
Where Cal at? Where Cal at?
I'm right here, boy. What you need?
Babe, where the tiger? Bring the kids. We're trying to see the tiger. Where the tiger?
Put that bite on you.
Right. You would literally drive down to try to see if Cal was outside.
To see if Cal was outside. Remember they used to have his, I was about to say, and they used to have his card, remember, with the Longhorns in the front. He just used to be there. Like he was just posted.
Yeah. That man was sitting on the roof of the car, man.
Man, Cal Worthington.
Push units.
Worthington Ford, fool. Now what?
He pushing Fords, fool.
He pushing Fords.
He started pushing everything.
And did he blew up? You couldn't hold
in-house
Cal.
financing.
In-house financing. Go get you a new Escort, an 86 Ford Escort with 17% interest.
This man looked like the Kentucky Fried Chicken logo.
He did. With a hat.
With a cowboy.
With a hat.
The Colonel is selling cars.
The Colonel was selling cars. That was the look. That was MAGA. America was great with the plantation owners selling cars and chicken.
Oh. I wonder where was he from?
I don't know where Cal was from. I always assumed he was from Texas. He wasn't
thought
from
he
Carson.
was from Sacramento.
He wasn't in Sac. He had franchised out.
I didn't know.
Of course.
I thought we just had him.
No,
he was here.
He was here.
I learned it later in life.
Worthington Ford.
I thought he was ours.
He was not
He
yours.
started here.
No.
All right, do it for the different. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
All right.
Going out.
Late.
Robbie Jones, we want to thank you for coming by. Thank you. We're here to promote American Dreamer. Thank you so much for coming. And we will definitely purchase the film.
Appreciate it.
And tell the people where they can find you.
Well, you can find me at Robbie Jones online on Instagram, and you can find me at the Robbie Jones, one word, on Twitter.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave you with a quote that I love from Dan Brown, which is, everything is possible. The impossible just takes longer. I'm your host, folks, Omar Miller. This is the O-ZONE. We are all in this thing together, so take care of one another. This is the O-ZONE.
I'm just living the dream.